following video contains a striker build that slaps.
Barrett, you can't just...
Oh, are you alright? How did... Oh, arrest... Oh, oh. Oh, arrest... Oh.
A new run and gun PVE build. No shield required. This build has crazy damage. Viewer discretion is advised.
No! Who's out there?
What in the fuck? Wait a minute.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
We need you to secure the memorial and remove the True Sons' forces. If they maintain this outpost, True Sons will be a direct threat to the campus.
Setting up my turret.
Got a visual on.
Keep your fucking head down!
Gotta put out the flame.
Get your machine off me! Gonna need a med set, huh?
Vital signs critical.
Why won't the stupid door open?
Manny, is Odessa on the line?
I'll patch her in.
Hello,
Plum here, g'day champions, how's it going, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Righto champions, it's striker time. So, as everyone knows by now, when TU14 dropped, we got a little bit of a striker rework. Some call it a buff because it essentially has removed the gear set's penalty for having poor aim. And to be honest, that works very well in our favour. So I've been playing around with Striker a bit in PVE and PVP, and today we've got this incredible run and gun no shield Striker build for PVE. Of course, if you want to run the shield, you can. Personally, I don't think the build needs it. This build has insane damage and survivability at all ranges, and the build stacks more damage and survivability as we use it. This is a super easy build to put together, especially for new and returning players. It's great for farming missions and the open world solo. This thing can even lead the way and carry your team in heroic content, even during global events. As always, this is just a template. Play around with it a bit for yourself and see what works for you. This build can get 220% weapon damage. We can get up to 79% amplified damage, also known as multiplicative damage, and get up to 210% crit hit damage. We've got 1.3 million armor, 10% armor on kill, and 3% armor regen. This thing shreds off the rip and just goes full beast mode when you run and gun your way through content. And not a shield in sight. Righto champions, I'm upscaling my social media game, and I'm now in more places than just YouTube. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and I'm even trending on TikTok. So show some love and support, follow me everywhere, click the links in the description. Also, welcome back to all you beautiful creepy subscribers. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, pull your finger out and give that sub button a click. Also show some support by engaging with this video. Giving a thumbs up and even dropping a comment really helps. It triggers some weird sciencey shit regarding the YouTube algorithm, and in turn that helps my content pop up in searches and helps the channel grow. Let's go champions, 10k subs, here we come. All your support is super appreciated. Righto champions, let's get stuck in and check out my no shield striker build. 4 reds, 3 blues, 1 skill tier, 1.3 million armor. We're not going full tank mode on this one, but it's still got a shit ton of survivability. We've got 4 pieces striker, 1 piece overlord, and the memento backpack. In my honest opinion, I think this is the best way to run it. Even when we're at half memento stacks, we still outperform that striker backpack on damage and survivability. But you know, play around with it yourself because you do need the build to fit yourself and your playstyle and your ability. For the specialization, it's Gunner, and as you all know, it's my go-to for run and gun PvE builds. We get that 10% armor on kill, which works great with the memento backpack and its trophies. Every third reload is faster, meaning we get close to instantly reloading with the Chameleon. And with Gunner, we're going to unlock the Banshee Pulse, which is one of my favourite skills to run when I'm not using a shield. It's going to confuse the NPCs, which makes it nearly feel like you're shooting fish in a barrel. We're also going to generate ammo every 60 seconds, and our rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. So what's our main squeeze? It's the Chameleon. This is an exotic AR that can be farmed anywhere in the game. If you haven't got one, farm targeted loot assault rifles today. 50 round mag, 135 RPM maxed out AR damage, damage to health, and crit hit chance. The talent Adaptive Instinct has 3 parts to it. Hitting 30 headshots grants 20% crit hit chance and 50% crit hit damage for 45 seconds. Hitting 75 body shots is going to give us a massive 90% weapon damage increase for 45 seconds. And hitting 30 leg shots is going to give us a plus 150% reload speed for 45 seconds. Buffs will refresh when we're out of combat. This gun is insane on any build that encourages a run and gun playstyle. Balancing a mixture of headshots, body shots, and leg shots will make the most of this gun by having all parts of that talent active. Our secondary doesn't really matter, but lately I've been rocking the Grudge on this build. If we proc Vindictive, we get an extra 18% crit hit damage, and this will also apply to our teammates. And as we're using the Orbit as well for our sidearm, proc it and get a further 45% crit hit damage. So that's an extra 68% crit hit damage from our secondary and our sidearm. Yes, it can be a bit tricky to proc both at the same time, but once you get the hang of it, it's crazy good. Righto champs, let's jump in now and check out the gear. For the mask, it's Striker's Battle Gear, and we're rocking the 4 pieces, so our bonuses include 15% weapon handling, 15% rate of fire, and Striker's Gamble. Weapon hits amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, and this stacks 50 times. We used to lose stacks over time and when missing shots, but now this has been reworked. So we just lose 2 stacks for each second. I've found running some missions I can go from room to room without ever losing all my stacks. On this piece we've got max weapon damage, crit hit damage, and a crit hit chance mod. For the chest piece we've gone with the Striker chest, max armor, crit hit chance, and a crit hit damage mod. The reason we use the chest is for the chest talent, Press the Advantage. This increases our max striker stacks from 50 to 100. Meaning we now get 50% amplified damage at full stacks. Reminder, you do need to run the 4 pieces of Striker to have the talent or even the backpack talent active. We're still going to lose 2 stacks every second, but we're running and gunning and mostly playing at close range, so it's pretty easy to maintain a high amount of stacks. The holster, it's Striker, we've got max weapon damage, crit hit damage. It's a pretty basic piece. For the knee pads, I've gone with the Fox's Prayer. Max weapon damage, crit hit damage, and that 8% multiplicative damage to targets out of cover. This will add to our Striker stacks as amplified damage, and with the damage to health from the Chameleon, that's going to give us 79% amplified damage to an NPC's health pool. The gloves are the 4th piece of Striker, again weapon damage and crit hit damage on this one. And the last piece is the backpack, and it's the memento. We get 1 of each core attribute. 1 weapon damage, 1 core armor, and 1 skill tier, and I've modded it with a crit hit chance mod. The talent's called Kill Confirmed. Enemies you kill, drop trophies, collect them to get short-term and long-term buffs. Our short-term buffs are going to last for 10 seconds, and that's 5% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency for each trophy. Our long-term buffs after collecting 30 trophies will give us a 30% weapon damage buff, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% regen. All these buffs are going to last 300 seconds. Memento is a far superior piece to run than the Striker backpack. Even without full Memento stacks, it's still going to give us more damage than the Striker backpack ever could give us. We're also going to get a massive amount of survivability, and it's also going to be buffing our skills too. Speaking of skills, you can literally run any skill you like on this build. I've designed this build not to require a shield, but hey, if you want to run one, you can. I won't judge you too much. Personally, I love running the assault drones and the turrets on these types of builds. It takes NPCs aggro, and once you get a few trophies going, it deals a ton of damage. And for the second skill, we've got the Banshee Pulse, which you can only use when using the Gunner specialization. Use it off the rip, confuse the NPCs, get a sneaky kill with a grudge, quick swap to the orbit for another kill, then back to the Chameleon. 68% crit hit damage buff off the rip, fuck yeah! But try out a few different skills for yourself and use what works for you. Righto then, fine print time, the stat sheet. 52.4% crit hit chance. 105% crit hit damage, which can go up to 210% when we proc everything. We also have 70 all weapon damage and 30% AR damage. With Memento stacks and the Chameleon, that totals to 220% weapon damage. And when using the Chameleon, with full Striker stacks, we're going to get a whopping 79% amplified damage. This is at any range, regardless of bonus armor. So that's my Chameleon Striker build, champions. So much damage, heaps of survivability, even without a shield. And most importantly, it's a lot of bloody fun. So what do you reckon? Are you going to be a champion and give this slapping awesome Chameleon Striker build a go? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. All the music on my channel is proudly brought to you by artlist.io. They're not a paid sponsor, it's just a website that I'm a member of, and their music is insanely good. It helps me and thousands of others create stunning videos with the best royalty-free music and sound effects. artlist.io. And that's it for me on this one, champs. Drop a comment below about whatever. Any feedback, build questions, suggestions, or ideas, you know I'm easy. Help yourself and the channel, make sure that you've hit that bell notification so you know every time I upload new content. So, did you like it? Then smash that like button, and if you didn't, you can press the dislike. But remember, to support me and the channel, hit that sub button and become a creepy subscriber. And I'll catch you all in the next one, champions. I'm Plum out.